Hello Stampers! Today's tutorial is really super simple. A lot of you may remember this from when we were all in grade school, but I had a lot of requests to do it again, so I thought I would share it with you. This is a tutorial on how to do pom-poms. And there are lots of different ways you can do this. This is my favorite way, and I've got lots of different fork sizes. In fact, I'll share with you. I actually have been kind of collecting fork sizes. I also heard potato mashers can be kind of fun for this kind of thing. But anyway, this is the cheap and easy make it with a fork tutorial. So this is one of those skinny dessert forks. Those are probably best for this size tassel that I'm using for this card. But of course, the size of your fork, the bigger it is, the bigger your tassel is going to be. So anyway, I have my paper snips handy. Of course, if you don't have paper snips, just a quick tip, check out the tips. If you can see that, these are almost like needles on the end. I see a lot of people get really frustrated with the scissors they're using because they look more like, say, this. And they're like, why am I not getting such clean corners and everything? Oh, that's not the ones here. Let's see if I can get a proper pair, like these ones. They say, why can't I get a proper cut? And the reason is, if you check it out, these are thick. These are not precision tools whatsoever. So if you have small size scissors and you're wondering why your scissors are not so good, well, you probably don't have paper snips, and I recommend these. These are awesome. So anyway, here we go. This is the baker's twine, and you just want to feed yourself a whole bunch of this to start, and then go ahead and wrap it around your fork lots of times, just straight across, nice and thick. Okay, and once you have a good sized amount, you're just going to snip that off. And then give yourself, I don't know, let's say 6 inches of a piece of twine. And now all you're going to do is thread it in the middle tine of the fork, underneath that stack of back and forth twining you did, over the top in the middle, and then just tie a knot. So and I usually do 1 knot first, but I don't tie it all the way while it's on the fork. So now I have a knot in the center right there. Okay, so my knot is there. Okay, and I've got only 1 so far. So now that I've got 1, I just slipped the whole thing off the fork. And now I snug it nice and tight as I can. That part's important. So as tight as you can without breaking it. And then you're just going to do a double knot. So tie it again. Now, depending on the size that you want your eventual pom-pom, you may want to just go ahead at this point. Let's see if I can zoom this in for you a bit. Okay, so if you can see there, we've got this nice fan already starting out. Now, if you want, you could just take your scissors and you can snip off, put them straight through those loops if you want it to be nice and a nice long pom-pom, and just snip through right at the end there. Or if you want, if you're going to make it a little bit smaller than this, which mine will be, make sure that you preserve those nice long ones that you left, because we're going to use those later on. And all you do is go in there and trim your pom-pom to the size that you want. So I want mine to be about half the size that it was. Oops, sorry, left your screen there. Okay, so now here's the tricky part. Now that you have your pom-pom, it's a bit risky because, of course, these are just straight little pieces that go straight through that knot. So what you want to do is kind of squish it flat from either side and then rough it up. And just keep rolling it in your fingers. And you're going to kind of break up the grains. You may lose a piece here and there. Don't worry about it. Just make sure that, if you lose a lot, it means that your thread's too loose in the middle. You need to make a tighter knot. And the more that you rough this up, the fluffier it's going to get. Do you see how fluffy that's getting? And then you just kind of end up erasing that middle line by fluffing over it and pulling the fibers around. And that is how you get your pom-pom. And when you're finished, you can just go ahead and clip off any that are too long, because once in a while some kind of pull out a little bit. So you want to do a final trim. Oops, sorry. Final trim around it. And when you're done, you're going to get the pom-poms that are going to be nice baby pom-poms. Oh, it's really hard to do that when it's all focused in. There you go. Hopefully that helps you out, and happy pom-pomming. Have a great day.